Hi, and welcome to this week's Tech Tuesday. My name is Joseph Diacetis from Sony Professional's marketing team, and I'll be guiding you through today's webinar. At InfoComm 2025, we highlighted various Sony installs, including in education, corporate, and public spaces. We also showcased many exciting global projects we have been working on, and today I am looking forward to sharing these projects and our journey around the globe with you. Before I do so, I would like to introduce you to today's presenters, including account managers and business managers from various regions across the US. Each member of the Team Sony will present projects and insights they have directly worked on. For today's session, we will not be answering questions live, but feel free to ask questions in the chat window, and someone from Team Sony will connect back with you. To kick things off, I'll turn it over to Will Dunham, who will share how UNLV utilizes Sony's professional solutions. I hope you enjoy hearing from Team Sony, and I will see you at the end of the webinar.
One of the biggest challenges that we faced at UNLV, especially as we came out of COVID, was getting students back into the classroom and engaged with the program. And how do we do that in a way that gets students excited and wanting to participate more? The big advantage that our program has, being a journalism and media program, is we have access to a lot of toys and tools. However, thinking about things like getting students engaged in a way that brings them up to speed with technology as it exists, not just today, but what it's going to look like tomorrow. And as we discussed with our tech colleagues in OIT, different tools that could be appropriate for them, they came to us and said, these are ways in which your students can be active, learning, and not only that, but doing in such a way so they're going to really have an experience which is going to position them for success tomorrow.
We use a lot of Sony technology on campus because when we first built this building, we had a bit of a relationship with Sony, and we were able to get a lot of different cameras that ended up being the student cameras for the students to be able to use, as well as some of the other Sony technology that was built into our production facility.
The space we are in right now is the culmination of a couple of years worth of work and collaboration, where we have 100-inch display at the front of the classroom that our instructor can use, along with several smaller displays on the side wall that can be programmed for any sort of opportunity to engage. It's a great way that our students can come into a room, see what's happening, and create. So we're engaging, we're active in what's going on, we're creating content, and we're collaborating and learning all at the same time. And so the technology in this room really came about in such a way so we can incorporate all of those elements and give the students a great learning experience.
The UNLV campus is located in Southern Nevada, very hot and bright. A lot of our buildings on campus have open windows, so we have a lot of glare coming in, especially in the afternoons. And having the flat black on our monitors really cuts the glare and improves the contrast and visibility of what's being presented in classrooms.
It doesn't necessarily matter where the students are. The benefit of the anti-glare is that students can still see what's happening and engage with the content regardless of their positioning in the room.
When we decided to choose the Sony displays as our option for a display in classrooms and or conference rooms, the reason we chose that was the sizing availability, the warranty that comes with it to have that extended warranty, and the educational package pricing is really what made this a sell for us to be able to pick up these displays as an option.
Sony was able to offer us a large range for our displays to accommodate different spaces, from our small conference rooms to classrooms up to our larger spaces.
Some of the biggest benefits with these displays is they are always capable of being controlled through CEC or RS-232. Coupled with that, there's multiple HDMI inputs on it, which allow you to utilize it for video switching.
The challenges we've had with other display technologies is that with other manufacturers, we couldn't trust the way that they would honor their support models, or that their technologies behind them weren't keeping up with current trends. Another issue we had was that the prices just kept going up year after year without any actual change or improvements. So with Sony, we were able to have the latest and greatest technology that we could really use in all different spaces on campus, and have support from Sony that we can trust, and they've constantly shown up and asked us what we needed, and always been there to help us support.
The best part about it is there is no technical support needed or maintenance at that point. The displays just work flawlessly out of the box.
The SRG cameras has definitely helped our hybrid learners who do remote classes. The instructors are able to record, so they're able to put the video up for students who can't make it to the class. When we looked to install the SRG cameras, the purpose was a couple. The auto tracking was definitely the main feature to it all. But I use these cameras in different positionalities to the room. I've had a lot of requests now for dual cameras because the COVID change came and people wanted to see the audience in the room, and we put ceiling mics in for them to be heard, but they wanted to be seen. So we're now doing a lot of 2-camera rooms, which allows us to switch back and forth from cameras. So they were able to see in different aspects, be able to zoom in and be able to get the coverage that they want. So that's really where the cameras have been a great, huge benefit to us.
Prior to using Sony's AI-powered cameras, we really didn't have a good solution with tracking. Typically on our touch panels, we'd offer pan, tilt, zoom. The only problem is that they had to be at the touch panel to select that, or the recall presets.
One of the things that I love about the SRG camera is that I'm a mover. I'm constantly on the go. With our old cameras, you got one static shot. But the auto tracking feature allows me to kind of not have to think about where I am. Having the ability just to be me and not have to be mindful of the tech really provides such great flexibility as an instructor.
The learning curve for using these cameras is pretty much non-existent. It was super simple for all the instructors.
With this out of the box, it's as simple as you turn it on and it just starts working.
Cameras with auto tracking has been really wonderful for us because we do a lot of productions right here in our larger auditorium that have people that want to walk around because it's a much larger space than a regular classroom, and having that motion tracking available lets them have the freedom to be able to walk around and they're still in frame and being able to talk to their audience.
It could even allow us to have 2 Sony cameras, one in the front, one in the back. One could be for students, one could be the professor. This allows for a single room use to be used in multiple different ways.
With the latest update of the camera, we are able to now track up to 8 people at one time. This really helps in some rooms and situations on campus.
They just hit the button for the number of people and they're able to be tracked.
I love the fact that Sony keeps trying to evolve their technology.
I'm a subject matter expert in this field. Their job is to teach whatever their discipline is, and I want them to just be pain-free at that part of it, to just teach. My passion is giving them the technologies to teach better, to let that evolution continue to grow.
As an instructor here at UNLV, using Sony has been just really great because we've developed a lot of relationships with Sony. So we use a lot of different Sony technology for the students to be able to learn on so that they're able to be just as competitive with other people that are creating content right here in Las Vegas.
Hello, my name is Will Dunham. I am the Regional Account Manager here in the Pacific Northwest for the Professional Displays Division of Sony. My territory includes states such as Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, as well as Nevada, even though you might not consider that Pacific Northwest. With that, I do get to help manage the amazing team at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Like many other educational institutions across the U.S., UNLV was tremendously impacted by the global COVID pandemic. Bottom line was education as they knew it changed overnight. Students were locked off of campus. They needed to find a way to provide instruction to students that were now remote. The AV team on campus paired with Epiphan to come up with a one-off streaming box that they ended up pairing with our Sony SRG A40 PTZ cameras, and therefore allowing professors to provide instruction that students could access remotely and be able to experience in-person instruction from the comfort of their own home. This worked out great. In fact, it gave rise to problem number 2, which was once campus opened up, how did they get students back on campus? In order to do so, the decision was made to upgrade classrooms with state-of-the-art displays to enhance the learning environment on campus. They chose the Sony Bravia BZ40 based on its brightness, color quality, and most of all, its deep black anti-glare coating that allowed for students to see the display from any angle in the classroom. Bottom line, the students at UNLV are now in a better place than they were prior to the pandemic. They now have access to remote learning. amazing on-site classrooms with state-of-the-art technology, and therefore, again, the ability to learn in 2 different modalities that they probably didn't have access to prior to the pandemic. I'm truly excited about continuing to work with the team at UNLV as they find new and exciting ways to enhance education on campus. Let me know if there's anything at all I can help with. Again, my name was Will Dunham, and I am the Pacific Northwest Regional Account Manager here at Sony.
The mission of the International African American Museum is to honor the untold story of the African American journey at one of our nation's most sacred sites. Every good museum will focus on the stories and the storytelling. I think for an African American history museum in particular, there's added weight and added excitement when African Americans get to tell their own story, because for so long, that just wasn't what we saw in museums.
What we've done as a new museum is lean into technology as a way to really communicate, to deepen, or to broaden the story in a way that makes it feel that much more real. When someone's walking into the exhibition space for the first time and they come into contact with the transatlantic experience, I refer to that as this grounding moment for the visitor, because what they're going to see in these 8-foot 8 screens before them is this immersive visual and sonic experience that gives them a really firm grasp of what it is that they're going to see as they're moving through the other exhibitions.
And then you flow into the Atlantic Worlds Gallery that I can assure you has one of the biggest screens you have ever seen inside of a space like a museum that allows us to immerse folks in visuals and in sensation, but also the sound system.
One is the scale of that screen, more so the definition of the graphics and the LED that's there. I think it's going to connect people in a different way, because huge screen, but more so when you see the graphics and the way it flows, you're in a trance, just standing there and you want to watch everything that's there. It's just amazing to see the vibrant colors and different things that I think the interactive experience for a lot of people that are here, they're going to be amazed by what they see. Beyond the pictures, beyond the display cases, the technology really brings in a bigger aspect of bringing things to life. Some of the screens that are here for like the Praise House, where you take a typical screen that's used, a very high definition screen, but the way it's used, you're watching the video, but you're inside of a replica of a building that's very ancient, that's very solemn, but it also has a reverence purpose to bring kind of technology today inside, and they try to transport you back. So that technology really is a transformative piece that connects everyone. So I'm excited.
Audiences that are quote unquote digital natives that know this technology have a very high standard for it. They expect technology to do more than just sit there. They expect technology to be used to engage them. They want to be a part of a story. They want to generate a story. They want to add to a story. And as a history museum using technology, we're particularly positioned to be able to do that, to understand that we use technology to engage, to share stories, to capture stories, to receive stories, to build upon stories.
And the bigger piece that I love to put in there as well is, I think, walking away with conversations. That's the biggest piece that's going to help connect and mend and mold and heal and all the stuff that needs to happen in current times. I think the museum is that place with the technology that can kind of bring all that together for everyone.
Hi, I'm Allison Mandara, PR Manager for Sony Electronics, and I'm excited and proud to tell you about our company's work with the International African American Museum, or the IAAM, based in Charleston, South Carolina. The IAAM is situated on Gadsden's Wharf, one of America's most sacred international slave ports. The museum sits on these hallowed grounds to honor and educate visitors on the often untold stories of the African American journey. The IAAM brings these powerful, important, and difficult experiences to life through Sony's most impactful display, projection, and audio technologies. The museum's entryway features 8 6-foot wide by 7-foot tall Sony crystal LED portrait-oriented displays, while the Atlantic Worlds Gallery boasts a massive 32-foot by 7-foot crystal LED video wall, which serves as the centerpiece and focal point of the room. In addition, the IAAM uses Sony's professional Bravia 4K HDR displays in a range of sizes throughout the museum as digital signage and to enhance exhibitry. Together, these technologies provide an immersive and vibrant exploration of the past and present that helps transport, inspire, inform, connect, and engage attendees from across the globe. And now I'd like to hand it over to my colleague Laura to tell you more about Sony's work.
Good afternoon, my name is Laura Seiler and I'm the Regional Account Manager for Sony Electronics in New England. 5 years ago, the pandemic presented many challenges to the educational community in my territory, and many were forced to adapt quickly to the hybrid learning concept. The challenge the University of Rhode Island faced, as well as many others, was finding high-quality 4K displays that would present well on camera, as well as have minimal downtime with their reduced staffed headcount. URI looked to Sony for their display solutions and discovered the new Bravia Anti-Glare 40L series, which was a game changer for them. With its superior anti-reflective coating, the dozens of displays ranging in size from 65 to 85 inch are a critical part of hybrid learning, but also for their digital signage. They also needed to upgrade their current lamp-based projectors. The constant cost and inconvenience of replacement lamps prompted URI to switch from their current projector to Sony's state-of-the-art laser projector. Known for their reliability, feature set, and superb image quality, URI invested in 120 Sony projectors, a move that would generate a significant reduction in resource usage, as well as a lower overall cost of ownership. Specifically, they have standardized on the Sony VPL PHD61 for its reliability and small chassis size. All of the products on campus integrate seamlessly with one another and are backed by our advanced exchange warranty for their peace of mind. The trusted partnership between URI and Sony is a testimony to the work Sony has done to build that close relationship. Whether it's a large project or a simple classroom, we strive to play that consultative role, keeping them at the forefront with new technology announcements from Sony. When Arthur Collins, Director of Media Services and Chief Engineer of the college's Media Arts and Technology program, contacted me in regards to his technology needs at the university, it was important to understand his 30-year broadcast background. Once we understood that, it was easy for Sony, who was in the broadcast industry as well, to recommend technology that would meet his high standards in regards to color accuracy and performance. The objective when they started their pursuit was to find affordable display solutions that will enhance the quality of student learning. With the number of courses at the college dedicated to technology, it's not surprising that they invested in cutting-edge classroom solutions that prioritize image quality and support effective communication. Additionally, with displays being deployed all over campus, the team wanted all their displays to deliver a consistent look and feel. The Sony Bravia not only delivered bright, bold images with its 4K HDR resolution, it also made ease of installation easier and a time saver by utilizing features available in the Sony Pro Mode menu in the display. Additionally, Sony projectors were considered in the largest spaces, and once again, Sony was at the forefront with our laser technology. Again, color accuracy played an important role in their decision-making criteria, and their first laser projector ever installed on campus was a Sony projector. Although cost is always a driving force in purchasing, Sony projectors not only made installation a breeze, but the reliability and the peace of mind that they offer is critical for a smaller size staff. A final consideration was the ease of programming, as they did not need to incur any additional costly expenses with the Sony projectors. The projector connected seamlessly to a third-party control system and was up and running in a matter of minutes. Much like URI, Mount Wachusett Community College has relied on Sony's expertise to deliver products that will be cost-effective, reliable, and deliver an unparalleled image. Luckily, we were able to deliver all of that to Mount Wachusett Community College. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Gretchen Donaldson, and I serve as the Senior Regional Account Manager at Sony. Sony recently partnered with the University of Central Florida here in Orlando to enhance our campus with over 120 Sony 4K Bravia displays. These displays were deployed in classrooms and throughout the campus to support a wide range of use cases, including digital signage and collaborative learning environments. UCF is an institution that is uniquely engineered for excellence. They selected Sony based on our innovative display technology and superior image quality. The university required a solution that offered both seamless plug-and-play functionality for effective content sharing and the ability to showcase dynamic, informative visuals during idle periods. Sony Bravia displays met these needs by simplifying device connectivity and enabling effortless content management. The result was an elevated user experience for both students and for faculty. Enhancing collaboration, enriching digital signage, and supporting active learning spaces across the entire campus. By choosing Sony, UCF not only addressed key operational challenges, but also significantly improved the overall visual and educational experience, reinforcing their commitment to excellence and innovation and learning.
My name is Joseph Diacetis, B2B Marketing Specialist with Sony Professional Display Solutions. And today I'm going to walk through Sony's recent install of Bravia Professional Displays with Purdue's Jacksonville Furniture Showroom. Purdue faced the challenge of managing a mix of digital displays from various brands. This hindered efficiency and ease of use for staff while creating an inconsistent experience for customers. They wanted to standardize their displays and create a dual-purpose showroom that serves as a customer showcase in an efficient workspace. To address this, Purdue collaborated with Phase Integration, their sister company specializing in commercial technology consulting, to upgrade the showroom exclusively with Sony Professional Displays. Sony's Bravia 4K HDR lineup provided flexible screen sizes, robust reliability, superior image quality, and 24/7 operation. More specifically, the BZ40L's deep black non-glare technology delivered vibrant, high-contrast visuals, enhancing the showroom's immersive experience. Now, the showroom serves as both a functional office for Purdue's staff and a showcase for in-demand furnishings, creating a blend of productivity and customer engagement. With easy setup, compatibility with diverse software platforms, and industry-leading service plans, Sony's displays transformed Purdue's space into a streamlined, energy-efficient environment while elevating the customer experience.
Hello, my name is Fred Frisco, Senior Regional Account Manager for Sony Professional in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Sony recently supported Daiwa Capital Markets and their New York City headquarter build-out by providing Pro Bravia displays and crystal LED walls. The client was inspired by the transformative impact crystal LED had at their Tokyo location. They elected to leverage the same technology here in the US. Faced with multiple challenges such as pricing, high ambient light, space constraints, and overall content strategy, they turned to Sony innovative display technology to accomplish all of their goals. Upon entry to the lobby area, there's a 200-inch high bright 1.5 millimeter crystal LED wall. In the multi-purpose room, there's a 250-inch high bright 1.5 millimeter crystal LED wall that acts as a digital canvas. Throughout the office, messaging through technology continues with Sony's BZ40L series high bright anti-glare displays. These displays play a critical role in high ambient light conditions. Daiwa Capital has modernized their offices, solidified their image as an industry leader by creating a vibrant, engaging atmosphere for both employees and clients.
Hi, Steve Schwartz with Sony. I'm a Senior Regional Account Manager covering the Mid-Atlantic area. Had the opportunity to work with North Carolina State University on a project for the Hunt Library. This is a unique project in that the main goals for North Carolina State was to replace a wall that was in a very public viewing area. So it had to be beyond spectacular for them to be satisfied. The other facet that was interesting is half the wall was curved. So we had to be able to accommodate that as well. The wall turned out wonderful. Everyone's super excited about it, and it's a great showcase for us. Enjoyed working with them the whole way. They did look at 4 or 5 other manufacturers as well, but Sony stood out above and beyond everyone else. So go by NC State anytime you'd like. The library's open 24/7. We'd love to show off that wall for you. Thanks.
Hello there, my name is Renee Benson, Senior Regional Account Manager for Sony Electronics Professional Display Solutions, based right here in the heartland in the Kansas City, Missouri area. I'm excited to share how Sony recently supported my hometown team, my favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs, by delivering more than 600 Sony Bravia professional displays, ranging from 43 to 75 inches throughout the premium areas of Arrowhead Stadium, including the suites and the club level concourses. With preseason quickly approaching, we were definitely on a tight timeline. Fortunately, our trusted partner, AVI-SPL, stepped in to help us deliver. The Chiefs were preparing to transition to an IPTV solution, and they needed a future-ready display technology. Sony Bravia displays offer exactly that, along with superior image quality, modern aesthetics, and a lightweight, slim profile, all while fitting within the budget. Beyond the upgrade in visuals, this project also required solving space and storage challenges, navigating a pretty short installation window, and meeting sponsorship requirements. Working closely with the AVI-SPL team, we met every milestone on time and delivered a smooth, successful installation. This collaboration reflects how the Kansas City Chiefs have a commitment to innovation of premium experiences. With Sony Bravia professional displays, fans now enjoy a cutting-edge, immersive experience on game day. Exactly the elevated environment GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium envisioned.
Hey there, Ben Cano, Regional Account Manager for the Upper Midwest for Sony. I want to talk to you today a little bit about a project case study that we did featuring our laser projectors. The project was executed by one of our local integrators, EPA Audio Video. What was somewhat unique about this particular project, it was a large multi-purpose space that had 17 of our laser projectors. So one of the big initial benefits that they wanted to realize was transitioning from lamp to laser, which is a huge savings, not just from an energy consumption standpoint, but from not needing to replace those lamps all the time. And then, we got more involved in the project and found that color matching was very important. And so much so that our ability to color match all of the projectors became very, very important in the decision-making process to use Sony. And then, of course, color reproduction and other aspects of performance were critical to them ultimately selecting Sony for the project. The other thing that did was it really paved the way for them to standardize on us for their classroom selections. They found that the performance was very similar to what they got in their large space, and so consistency of image quality, color reproduction did translate across the board for all of our different products in our projector suite. And so that was a huge benefit to them and our ability to really support them with a 5-year warranty was paramount in that. In fact, they just recently purchased another 31 of our VPL PHZ51 projectors as a refresh to aging first generation Sony laser projectors. So customers will come for the performance and the image quality, and they stay for the reliability and the service and support that they get. And that's certainly what we try to deliver here.
Hello, my name is Jason Metcalf, Business Manager here at Sony Professional Display Solutions, and I'm happy to introduce the next round of Sony Professionals projects. We're excited to have you here for a deep dive into how Sony Professional is transforming spaces and experiences around the world. From cutting-edge broadcast studios and immersive learning environments to dynamic corporate and retail installations, Sony's technology is powering innovation on a global scale. In today's session, we'll explore real-world applications that showcase the strength and versatility of Sony's professional solutions, including our crystal LED video walls, renowned for their stunning clarity and scale, our Bravia professional displays, trusted worldwide for impactful visual communication, and our industry-leading PTZ cameras, which are setting new standards in flexibility, quality, and remote production. Whether you're designing for education, entertainment, business, or beyond, this is your opportunity to see how Sony's integrated technologies are helping organizations elevate engagement and deliver exceptional visual experiences.
Thank you for your time today. Tune in to our next Tech Tuesday on August 19th, where we will be showcasing exciting enhancements in Sony's SRG lineup. Lastly, you may or may not be aware, but Sony has demo centers all around the country. We encourage you to schedule a visit to see many of the products showcased today. You can visit pro.sony/demo centers for more information. I hope you found today's webinar insightful. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.